At about 3:14, 3:15 this morning, we had 3 deputies that we responded up in North Franklin County off of R170 roughly to a report of a vehicle prowling the neighborhood. It's a big neighborhood, but prowling the neighborhood up in that area. The deputies all arrived up in that area, and we're actually searching for a vehicle. It was reported to them that there was actually a vehicle involved. They searched for that vehicle for a while just didn't happen. As they were coming back out onto R170, the Sagehill area, a car passed them northbound at what is being described as a high rate of speed. And so they engaged the vehicle, trying to stop the vehicle to see if this was the person who was doing the prowling, or the other side of that being, why are you driving at such an excessive speed at the time. At one point, it appears from just preliminary information that the vehicle stopped in the roadway, and one of our deputies tried to engage the vehicle in the roadway. At some point, the deputy is reporting that shots were being fired. The rest of the deputies catch up with him in the middle of the roadway. The vehicle is again speeding away from the scene. As you get up towards the top of what's referred to as Waluk or Radar Hill area, the vehicle just abruptly leaves the roadway, and the deputies engage the vehicle as it exits out into a farm field that looks like maybe it's a grape orchard or some sort of a fruit type of orchard. The deputies then tried to engage the individual that was inside the car there. At some point, the deputies are reporting that there is an accident. The 2 vehicles collide. One of our patrol cars collides and one of our vehicles, and with the vehicle that is now out into the field. The deputies engage the vehicle, and for lack of better words, they extract the individual out of the car, and he is seriously injured. So they render first aid and start the process of trying to get people to the scene to transport and get him medical help. At that point, they eventually get an ambulance there, and the individual is transported from the scene, and the deputies, of course, remain on the scene until appropriate personnel can get there to assist them, and the individual has succumbed to whatever the injuries are, and that's where we're at today, and what I'm able to release to you all right now. I've talked with the deputies involved. They wish that their names be released, so there's no trying to figure out who they are. I've provided them to you. You'll see that that's our patrol deputies for that this evening in this incident, and nothing to really report other than the deputies all the deputies received some minor injuries during this incident. They are all taken to a hospital where they're checked out and cleared, and they are currently on administrative leave where they're going to stay until we're able to sort out all the details, because the details are sketchy, let's put it that way, and it's important that we let the SIU do their job to determine what the facts are and what the investigation is. It's all been turned over to the Special Investigative Unit. Captain Taylor is in charge of that right now, and we have no personnel on any of the scenes, the 3 different scenes that I described to you in the release.